I'm at about 2 miles into this 5-mile walk this morning, and I wanted to video this park off of Taberna Circle. Sort of a dog park in some respects. That's a memorial for people's pets that have died. And then there's an area back here. It's a fenced-in area that they can take their dogs for their exercise. And then I'll take a trail or path from the park that leads over to Emmon Road. And after that, I'll pause the camera, but I'm going to video another park. It's a nature park. It's off of Emmon Road. And I'll go back to the canoe livery in that park. Taking the shortcut here rather than the path that goes around that way. I tried a video of this before, but I didn't have this chest mount for the camera, and it was tied around my neck, and boy, it was very unstable, not fun to watch. Walk through I call them swamp, but they like to use, that's not politically correct, it's a wetland. And they're all part of the drainage system, so they're protected. All these parks are very well maintained, really assets for the Taberna community. Straight ahead is Emmon Road, and I'll pause the camera for now until I get to the other park. This is at about 2.5 miles into the 5-mile walk, and it's the Taberna Nature Park, and there's a walking trail back here that I'm never able to find. I need to get some guidance on that, but I'm going to walk on through the park back to the canoe livery. There's 4 canoes back there for the residents to use. And you call the appropriate person to get the key to unlock the canoe, and then you can take a little ride, or whatever you call it, canoe trip on Lawson Creek. And you could take Lawson Creek on north, and I think it goes into the Trent River eventually. Canoes, dock. And then there's this other trail here that I'm never able to find exactly. Anyhow, let's walk on back there. Another boardwalk over the wetland. Again, very well maintained by those that do it. Certainly thank them for the time that they do put in to make this as it is. Okay, off of the boardwalk and then up this incline, and then we'll come upon the canoe livery shortly after that. I know that might be the trail, but I don't want to get too far off the beaten path at this time. I've got 10 pounds in my backpack, and really doesn't feel that bad at all. Okay, there are the canoes. On up here is the dock where you would launch the canoe. Picnic table there. You could have a nice little lunch either before or after your canoe journey. And here's where the dock goes down to where you would launch the canoe. And there's this roller here that you could slide the canoe in and take it out. Brackish looking water. That direction south, and that direction would be north, which would lead to the Trent River. Yes, very nice. So I won't video the same trip in reverse, so I'm going to turn it off for now. Over and out. I did find the nature trail. I'm at, I guess, at the end of it here. Rather than go any further, I'll walk back to at the canoe livery area where it started, so it'll be in reverse of the trail you'd take to get over here. But really back in the wilderness here. This is sort of like Appalachian Trail territory, maybe. Anyhow, hopefully I can find my way back again. The bench there. I'm going to sit and rest. Whenever I see wooded areas like this, I think of my mushroom hunts back in Ohio that we do in the springtime of the year to find morels. And we went to Michigan a time or two, and they have lots of them up there too. Love mushrooms. My parents, they would also hunt mushrooms in the fall time of the year, but they look too much like toadstools to me, and I was always concerned about eating them. But I'm still living 60 years later, I'm at the 3-mile mark here of this walk this morning. Here's another boardwalk, very nicely maintained. These huge pine trees here. So like mini sequoia trees on the mini Appalachian Trail. Should have left a trail of breadcrumbs so I could find my way back, but maybe that's not necessary. I think I'm still on the right trail. And this is where the trail started that on previous visits I always missed. And again, there's the canoe livery area. And I'll just walk back to the entrance and head back home. So over and out again.